What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today we are gonna do a full face testing a bunch of new drugstore makeup. You guys know I absolutely love drugstore makeup, and we have some new launches that I am very interested in checking out. So I'm not gonna blabble on, we're just gonna get into testing out these products. So be sure to subscribe to my channel if you've not already, and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, we are gonna just jump right on in with Complexion. I don't have a new primer, so I did already prime, and we are gonna go in with this new Neutrogena Sensitive Skin Serum Foundation. I saw this at the drugstore. I haven't heard literally anything about it, but it is new from Neutrogena. It says it has vitamin B5 in it, good for sensitive skin, fragrance-free, and supposed to be like a sheer kind of natural coverage, which surprisingly, I've been liking. So we're gonna go in with this. I'm gonna just use this Kokie sponge. I don't think this is new from Kokie, but I love it, and it's $5. So I've been using it nonstop. It's just so soft. This does have a little dropper, but if you've watched any of my other videos, I'm a pro at dropping it on my shirts. So since I'm wearing a white shirt today, I'm just gonna drop it on here. Ooh, it's like a little bubble. Okay, gonna get a little more. Whenever I try and use these droppers on my face, it's just a disaster. So here we go. I'm gonna apply it to the skin. I got shade medium in this. It wasn't cheap. Neutrogena is definitely on like the higher price end, I would say, of drugstore. Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm looking. So I paid $15.99 for it. It's almost $16, but they have it right now at Target and Walmart for like $11 and some change. So you can definitely get it cheaper, which I would say is like a standard drugstore price point for foundation. So not super crazy expensive. That looks beautiful though. Can we look at that on my skin? Wow, I look hydrated, glowy. Let's do some on the forehead. Really, really pretty product, at least so far. I love the glow that it gives. Like, it definitely has a more glowy finish to it. So if you like things that are more matte, this might not be the product for you, but if you like things that are glowy, oh my gosh, the trees behind me are just like whipping. But if you like things that are more glowy, I feel like you are gonna love this. Wow, this is pretty. I will absolutely be using this again. Obviously, I will see how this lasts on my skin throughout the day. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon at 12:45. So I will update the description box where I list all the products with how this lasted throughout the day. But upon first impression, I love it. And there's no real other like product from Neutrogena, like complexion wise foundation that I really like. This is beautiful. And it feels super lightweight on the skin. I love the glow that it gives, like really, really pretty. It did give me a pretty good coverage too. I am gonna go and spot conceal just some blemishes that I have. But for the rest of my skin, it did a pretty good job at evening the complexion. You can see a little bit of like my redness popping through, but nothing crazy. I really like it. Wow, okay. Love when we find good things like that. I'm just gonna go and add a little full coverage concealer to areas that I want to just spot conceal. But overall, really, really happy with this product. Okay, up next, I do not have a brand new concealer that I haven't tried, but this is a new drugstore concealer. It is the Revlon Colorstay Skin Awakened Concealer. I really have been liking this. I'm like looking at these. Which one is the shade that I like? I think I'm going to use this one in 01. This might be a little too light. Let's see. No, I think this one will actually work. It has like a little sponge tip applicator. It does have caffeine in it, which is supposed to like awaken the under eyes. I'm not sure that that necessarily does anything, but I like the coverage that it gives, but it still feels light and hydrating on the under eyes. So I have really been liking this. So I'm just going to blend that out underneath the eyes just to kind of highlight and brighten them. This concealer is more of like a medium coverage, but it lasts really well throughout the day and does not crease on me when set with a powder, so I've been liking it. Okay, underneath my eyes, I'm just gonna set with a regular translucent setting powder, but we are gonna try a new powder all over the face. But it's supposed to be like a glowy illuminizing powder, so I don't tend to love those underneath the eyes, so that's why I'm just using a regular powder to set that, and then we'll try the new face powder. I just like ingested in that powder, oh my goodness. Okay, to settle over the face, we're gonna use this new powder from Physicians Formula. This is the Butter Buddies Illuminating Powder. So it's like a sheer kind of translucent powder. It smells like their butter bronzers, like the original butter bronzers, which I don't like that scent. It's like a fake kind of coconut or something. But if you like the way the butter bronzer smells, which I feel like a lot of people do, then you'll like the scent. But anyways, this is supposed to be a glowy setting powder, which I've totally been into recently. Like products that I can use to set my face that aren't gonna take away the glow. So I'm just gonna go in with this on a brush. It is adding a little bit of a white cast to the skin. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's like completely translucent. It is gonna lighten up your foundation a bit, but it did give a glow, which is pretty. I would say I prefer the e.l.f. Halo Glow, that powder, because it comes in different shades, so it doesn't change the color of your foundation. Like, I feel like especially if you have a deeper skin tone, this is not gonna work. So it's okay, but not my personal favorite. Like I said, I think the e.l.f. one is better. And at a similar price point, like drugstore wise. So I wouldn't say this is my fave. Okay, for my brows, I did already put some brow pencil in them before we got started, but I do want to try this new product from Wet n Wild. So this is their Mega Clear Brow and Lash Mascara. So I don't typically use clear mascara. I remember back in the day though, my mom always did. Like if you just want something super natural, you could definitely use this. It basically just helps take your natural lashes and pick them up. But since my natural lashes are so light, I need something that has color. But I do love clear brow mascaras to kind of sculpt my brows in place. And Wet n Wild doesn't normally let me down. They make some of my favorite affordable products. So let's go in with this and see how it does setting our brows in place. Because if you guys watch me, you know I've been loving the Refi brow gel, but it's from Sephora. It's at a much higher price point. So I would love to find like a great drugstore alternative. This seems to be doing pretty good actually. It's not changing the color of my brows at all, which is nice. And it is helping to define out those little hairs and kind of lift them up. This is actually really good. I don't think it's a super strong hold. Like if you have really unruly brows, you might need something a little bit more strong hold than this, but this is doing pretty good on my brows. And I just really like the fact that it's not changing the color of them at all. So many clear brow gels just end up making your brows like this weird like gray cast color, where this really didn't do that. So I like this. Definitely a product that I will continue to use for my brows. Okay, up next for eyes, we're gonna jump into the new ColourPop One and Done palette. So ColourPop comes out with so many palettes all the time, so many different collections, but this one totally spoke to me because it's like two of my favorites, which is neutrals and pink, which are my favorite colors. So I thought this was really, really cute. I do have an affiliate code with ColourPop, so you guys can use code Kelly for 10% off of your entire order, anything on their site. But as of the day I'm filming this, they have not said how much this palette is going to be yet, but their palettes are always typically affordable, but really great quality. So we're gonna put this guy to the test today. I'm gonna go in with the shade City Limits first. This is just like a pretty neutral brown. I'm gonna pop that in the crease, and I'm gonna bring it into the upper crease area as well. Up next, I'm gonna go in with the shade Bingo. This is another matte, very warm toned brown. And I'm gonna pop that in the crease, super pigmented and looks really pretty. And I'm just gonna buff and blend those together to define the eye. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the shade Lasso now, which is kind of like a light beige, but it does have a little bit of a shimmer to it. I'm gonna put it on a flat top brush because I'm kind of gonna do like a cut crease. So I'm gonna pack it on the lid, but also use it to clean up the crease. So just focusing it right here and really cleaning up that underneath area and putting this lighter wash of color all over the lid. This is pretty because it does have shimmer in it, but it's nothing like crazy. I call this the lazy version of the cut crease because you could definitely go in with like concealer and stuff and do like a full-on cut crease, but that's, to be honest, just not something that I normally do with my looks unless I'm really going like crazy full out, which I don't normally do. But if you just use a lighter shade of eyeshadow and really focus on cleaning up right in that crease, it kind of gives the same effect to the eyes, but a little bit softer than like the more traditional full glam cut crease. Now to highlight, I'm gonna go in with the shade Cowgirl, which is the lightest shade. This is like a pretty shimmer. I'm gonna put this in the inner corner. Ooh, that is pretty. That would be beautiful all over the lid as well if you wanted to do like a full-on shimmer. Definitely super pretty. I'm gonna put it right beneath the brow bone as well. Ooh, I love that. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade Gold Digger. This is a matte dark brown, and I'm gonna use it to create a wing. I'm only gonna bring it about halfway and then wing it out. I love using like brown eyeshadow to do wings because it kind of gives that softer, like diffused wing look. So it makes it a little bit more wearable if you don't wanna have like a really bold wing. So I just did kind of like a little half wing like that. Now we need to go in with some of these pinks. So I'm gonna go first in with a High Roller, which is a matte kind of bright pink. And this one almost has like a purpley undertone to it. I'm gonna pack that on the lower lash line. Oh, this is pretty. It's like a true Barbie pink. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade You Bet. This is kind of like a rose gold, and I'm gonna buff it on the lower lash line. Give us a little shimmer down there. I know the pink liner might not be for everybody, but I do really, really like it. I think it looks super cute and can be like kind of a fun pop of color. So that is the one and done palette. Super cute. If you like these type of colors, then I definitely think it's a nice palette. I will definitely use it again. It lived up to ColourPop's typical eyeshadow formula and consistency and stuff. So definitely really liked that. I'm just gonna pop a little liner in the waterline. I'm just using this one from Rimmel. Just a regular black liner. And for mascara, we're gonna use this new one from Essence. So Essence makes the Lash Princess mascaras, which is like super viral. A lot of people really, really love those, but these are new. These are the Double Trouble mascara. I have it in the shade Extra Black, and it's supposed to give definition and volume, which is what I like. So this is what the wand looked like. It's definitely interesting. The bristles on the top are very different than the bristles on the bottom, and it's kind of curved. So we're gonna use both sides because I'm assuming one side's supposed to give volume, one side's supposed to give definition. So I'm gonna kind of go in with both on my lashes and see how it works. They do have a waterproof version of this as well. I'm just using the regular version. All right, so that is after one coat. Using both sides of the brush. I think the more fluffier side is supposed to be the volume side, where the stiffer side is the more definition side. I definitely think it looks nice. It's not my favorite. There are other drugstore mascaras that I feel like work a little bit better, but it's definitely not a bad mascara by any means. And I do like that you kind of get both options to use the defining side or the more volumizing side, or kind of a mix of both, which is basically what I'm doing. So definitely not a bad mascara. Okay, up next for bronzer, I'm super excited because L'Oreal came out with the Infallible Fresh Wear bronzers now. So I love the Infallible Fresh Wear foundation. I also really like the powder. So now there's a bronzer line. So I actually ordered it off of Amazon. They had it amply available there because I haven't been able to spot it in store just yet, but I got shade medium. So it looks like this. Looks pretty much exactly the same as the foundation powder does. And in the bottom, there is a little mirror, which is super cute. So this is supposed to give a soft matte finish, and it's supposed to be waterproof. So I'm just going in on a brush. Oh, it has a slight little scent to it, but it's just like very fresh. You know, I don't like this bronzer brush. It's like pulling. I like that it's supposed to be waterproof because sometimes if I'm just hanging by the pool or something, I might just want like a little bronzer on, but I'm not gonna be putting on like full foundation or anything like that. So you could just apply a little bit of this and have it, you know, stay on. So in the summer, that is nice. And this is definitely like a nice natural shade. It does not have any shimmer to it, so you can use it to bronze up the face if you apply it on like the apples of your cheeks and stuff like I'm doing, or you could definitely use it to contour as well because it does not have that shimmer in it. But I feel like it gives like a nice kind of healthy, warm glow. I like it. I love the L'Oreal, like every summer they would come out with like the Lumi bronzers. I do really love those. So I probably like that a bit better, but those do have a little bit of shimmer in them. So if you're looking for something that's just completely matte, you will probably like this better. And I don't believe that those are waterproof. So definitely different products depending on what you're looking for, but that's not a bad bronzer either. Okay, for our blush, we need to try these. How pretty are these blushes from Kokie? Oh my gosh, these came out a couple months ago. They're their soft gradient blushes. So I have them in a couple different shades. I think I wanna use this one, which is in the shade Tease. It looks so beautiful. Like, woo! I love it, and I've been loving like bright pops of blush like this. Kokie, they do have Kokie in store at Walgreens and Rite Aid, but they have their own website too. I do have an affiliate code with them, which is code Kelly, which will get you a discount if you order from their website. But like I said, you can find them in store at certain drugstores as well, but I'm super excited about these blushes. So let's try it out and see. I'm just gonna kind of mix my brush in like all the shades. Oh my gosh, that looks really bright. I didn't realize that it was so pigmented. I'm gonna knock it off a little bit. Oh my gosh. Okay, so first of all, you don't need a lot of this. I'm gonna like knock a little bit more off. I definitely put too much on my brush. This is gonna be my new summer shade because I have been obsessed with these bright blushes, and this is so pretty. The one I've been using is from NARS, so it's obviously a lot more expensive. I'm gonna go over with a little bit of my pressed powder to like blend it out because you really only need to dip your brush in. I had way too much on here, but this is so pretty. I'm so excited that I found like a more affordable option. Oh, I love this. Definitely gonna be like, I feel like my new go-to for summer. I'm gonna put a little on my nose. So cute. But like I said, You only need the slightest little bit of it because she's pigmented. Okay, for highlight, I don't have a new like standalone highlight, but I did want to try out this palette. This is from Milani, and this is the Smoky Palette, I think is what they call it. So this is actually a full palette. There are eye shades, you get 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlight. So we're gonna use the highlight from the palette. I can definitely use the entire palette in an upcoming video and another one. If you guys want to see that, I can totally do it. I just really wanted to test that ColourPop palette today, but I can test this full palette if you'd like, but at the very least, I want to try the highlight out today because it looks really pretty. And I do typically like Milani's highlights, so let's go in and see. Ooh, that is really pretty. That is blinding and pigmented. Ooh, I love that. That with like the bright pop of blush. Love. Put a little bit down the nose as well, above the Cupid's bow. Definitely really, really beautiful. So now I'm eager to try the rest of this palette. So I can definitely do that. Let me know down below if you guys want to see that. Okay, for our lips, I've been wanting to try these Glow Paradise lipsticks from L'Oreal. They came out with a couple new lip products as part of the Glow Paradise line, and I've really been liking them. So I'm excited to try these out. I have the shade Peach Charm and the shade Beige Eden. So I'm gonna just put them both on. I'm gonna do like one on my upper lip, one on my lower, and we'll just kind of mix them. Ooh, first of all, they smell really good, but they're kind of like a lip balm, like light coverage lipstick. So that's Beige Eden, definitely like a more neutral nude. And then we have Peach Charm, which is more of like a peach. I'm gonna put that down below. Ooh, this one's pretty too. I thought they would give a little bit more color, like they don't give a ton of pigment really at all. It's definitely more of like that lip balm feeling, but they feel really, really nice on the lips. I just wouldn't want you guys to go buy these thinking that it's gonna be like a full-on lipstick with a ton of pigment because it's not. I'm gonna kind of mix them together, but definitely have a really nice lip balmy type feeling to the lips. So definitely feel like they would be nourishing, just not gonna give a ton of color payoff. I feel like the nude one in Beige Eden would be a great option just for like an everyday kind of lip balm if you want a little bit of color. And for lip gloss, I feel like I don't really need a lip gloss because those were definitely more lip balms than lipsticks, but I didn't know that till we tried them. But I still want to try this new lip gloss. So this is from Wet n Wild, and these are their Mega Slicks lip glosses. These have been out for a really long time, but I think they newly reformulated them, so they are new now. And I have the color Bronzed Berry. So I'm gonna just open this up and go in on my lips with this. Gives like a pretty kind of bronzy shimmer. Feels really smooth. Smells like bubblegum or something, which I like. And again, gives kind of like a sheer color to the lips, but a nice like smooth feeling. So that lip combo is actually really pretty. Definitely feels like hydrating, but still gives like a pretty little wash of color. I like that. And then last but certainly not least, we have this Flower Fight the Light Blue Light Protection Mist. So this is basically supposed to be like a hydrating mist for the skin. I feel like every company is coming out with something that's supposed to be like a blue light spray, which from my knowledge, let me know down below in the comments, I don't think it's really possible for like a spray to protect your skin from blue light, but I could be wrong. So let me know, but I'm really just gonna test this out as a hydrating spray and see if I like it for that, not for the blue light protection. So test spray, seems like a fine mist. Okay, has pretty much no scent to it at all. Super fine, light mist, definitely felt super hydrating to the skin. So I actually really like it for that perspective. Like, felt really, really nice, gave me a little boost of hydration. Didn't have any like weird scent and like such a light sprayer. So this is really nice. Again, just not sure on the whole blue light protection type thing. I really don't know that it's actually gonna work for that. But if you guys know better than me, let me know down below in the comments. But to the best of my knowledge, I didn't think that you could really use a mist to stop blue light, but I could totally be wrong. So as far as hydration goes, I like it. So that was everything, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have all the products that we tested down below. I feel like I actually love the look that we came up with today. It's like bright and cute for summer, nice and glowy. And I will update the description on how this serum lasts, but so far, really, really love it. So that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.